Hello everyone. Thank you for still stay with me. And for today, that is 2nd July 2021, we still continue our writing task, that is 800-4, but specifically for today, we will continue our task number 2. Okay everyone, this is a basic technique if you want to produce an effective essay for your task number 2, that is extended writing. This is an organized way to create an effective essay. So first of all, you have to start with introduction. Then you come out with the main point over here, that is the body part. So you start with the first point, second point, third point, then the counter argument. So this one maybe will be your fourth point. So as you can see over here, I marked down 3+1 technique. So this one is basically a burger model method. And then you have to create an effective conclusion as well. But for today, we will focus with our introduction only. As you can see, this is the burger model. So today we will not study about this one, and for this part, how you want to use this method effectively, so this one will be in our next lesson. Alright, let us start. Okay, now let us start with number 1, that is current situation. Okay student, for your information, there will be 3 parts in order to create an effective introduction. Number 1 will be current situation. Number 2, you have to produce or create your stand. Then number 3, you have to create your thesis statement. And now we will start with our number 1 first, that is current situation. In other words, current situation also known as a general statement. In my opinion, for general statement or current situation, you may start or you may produce it in 2 or 3 sentences. Okay, and now let us start with our hook number 1, that is factual or statistic. Okay everyone, if we take a look of this hook number 1, this is all about factual. So meaning to say, you need a data, you need a knowledge about any topic or about the current topic that you want to talk about the current issues that you want to write an essay about. If you have enough information or strong information about the current issue, about the current situation, then you may choose or you may use hook number 1 to start your essay. And now let us go to our hook number 2, that is story or narrative. So meaning to say that you start your essay, you begin your essay with a story. So by doing this, you are giving us, or you are giving the teacher, you are giving the marker a view of what you want to talk about, a view of your idea, or something that you will tell them at the end. So if you have a bigger picture of the current situation and you think you know how to capture the attention of the marker to go further in your essay, then you may choose hook number 2, that is create a story or narrative to start your essay. But remember or bear in mind everyone, for this one you only advise to create 2 sentences or maximum 3 sentences. Hook number 3 will be about question. So meaning that you will start your sentence for current situation or general statement with a question. So the question must be related with the topic, or you want to ask the marker so that they will have a view about what you want to explain in your essay. So you may use question. But remember, if you choose hook number 3 for the question, it must be a question that able to attract or that will be able to make the marker or reader thinking. Oh, why this question like this? Why the writer make it like this? So you have to be creative. And in my opinion, if you are not that knowledgeable enough for the particular question, do not use hook number 3 unless you have a bigger picture, you have a good knowledge, or you are confident enough to explain about the topic. Then you may choose hook number 3, that is question, to start your essay. Let us proceed with hook number 4, that is example. Okay, as you can see over here about the explanation, for example, like plastic straw, single-use plastic bag, oil spills, toxic waste pollution. So this one is making or creating or providing an examples in the current situation. So by doing this, the writer will keep us thinking, oh, this thing is about environment. So meaning to say that any of the examples that are provided over here in the current situation will lead us to the topic of environment. So if you are able to do this, if you think like that example will lead my reader to the main topic, then you may choose or you may use hook number 4 to create or to start your essay. Okay, so now we move to our hook number 5, that is contrast. When we talk about contrast over here, meaning that it's talk about the opinion, the comparison, but it's not that heavy comparison. We are focusing more on a light comparison. So you are giving out a statement, but you are not explaining everything. You just give them a surface view about the thing that you are going to explain or you are going to write on later. So everyone, so over here there is 5 hook in current situation or creating a gender statement. So you may study this 5 hook and then you choose which one that you think you are much more comfortable with. Which one do you think that you are confident enough to start an essay? Then practice on that. Okay, so that you will be able to create a sentences that is catchy enough to attract the attention of the marker. This is the next step in order to create an effective introduction. This is number 2, that is 10, meaning to say, do you agree or do you did not agree with the statement or with the topic? For example, like this one, stand. In my humble opinion, I truly believe that. So you must come out with one statement, then due to another statement, because of another statement. So meaning that you have to create a complete sentences in order to make a stand. So, dear student, over here I'm giving you the outline on how to create a stand. So for the time being you may use this, but if you are already familiar with the technique, then you may start with any of your words. But for now, please follow my instruction and use this kind of technique so that you will be in the correct track how to create an effective stand. Okay, now we go to the last part in making an effective introduction, that is thesis statement. In order to create effective or an effective thesis statement, you have to go with the question or you have to go with the main point in the question. So in other words, we call it as a subject from the question. So meaning that you have to identify what is the subject of the statement. Okay, then you take out the main point. After that, you plus it with this kind of method. As you can see over here, under thesis statement, I put down first point, second point, third point. And yes, everyone, you have to provide first, or you have to identify first. What is your point? Let's say you agree with that point, so please provide that 3 points. And let's say you did not agree with that point, so you also need to provide that 3 points. So after that, you combine that point, that main point, and make it into one complete sentences. So that is how we create a thesis statement. So, dear student, please bear in mind, please remember that to create a good introduction, you must follow the 3 steps. Step number 1, identify the current issues or the gender statement. Remember, for gender statement, you must come out with a maximum of 3 sentences only. After that, you may proceed with the second step, that is stand. How to create a stand? You must start with in my humble opinion, I truly believe, then just fill in the blanks. Then for step number 3, that is thesis statement. So remember, for thesis statement, you must identify what is the subject of the question, what is the main core of the question. After that, you combine it with your 3 particular points, your 3 particular main points. So that is how we create an effective introduction. I'm giving you one example of task 2 for extended writing. Okay, so just let us start. Holding a part-time job while studying disrupt a student's studies. What is your view? So meaning that for this kind of statement or question, to what extent do you agree, or to what extent do you did not agree with the statement? But before that, let us try to understand what is the question about, or what is the statement about actually. Okay, so let's start. Holding a part-time job while studying disrupt a student's studies. Okay, so let us start with the word holding over here. So holding in this situation meaning to say that you are ongoing, you are go through, okay, you are experiencing that activity. Alright, good. Holding a part-time job, as you can see, a part-time job, I do believe that basically you know what is it mean by part-time job. Okay, proceed with the green color. While studying, okay, meaning to say that, for example, like now you are in your form 6, or you are studying in the college or university, and also at the same moment you are doing a part-time job. You are studying and also you are doing a part-time job. Okay, now let's go with our yellow color words, that is disrupt. Okay, disrupt over here meaning to say that something that is disturbed, something that is not right, something that is not correct. So meaning to say that this is wrong. Okay, so that is it mean by disrupt. So let's say if you are not understand with my explanation, you may Google back what is it mean by disrupt later. Okay, we proceed again. Disrupt a student's studies. Your studies. Okay. That is basically what is it mean in general, this statement about. So let me further deal with this one. Holding a part-time job while studying. So meaning to say that when you go for you are further your study, okay, you are further your study, and also at the same time you are doing part-time job. So this kind of activity or this kind of attitude, will it distract you in your study? Will this activity bring a bad effect or a negative effect towards your study? So that is the question about. So to what extent do you agree with the statement, or to what extent you did not agree with the statement? To be reminded once again that for today's lesson, we will focusing on introduction, how to create an effective introduction. So let us start with the first step, that is current situation. Okay, over here, for the next slide later, I will give you the example on how to use that 5 particular hook. So I hope all of you will pay attention. This is hook number 1, that is factual. Remember that I told you earlier before, if we talk about fact, so meaning to say this is all about data. If you want to start your essay, your introduction, your current situation with hook number 1, meaning to say you have a data to explain, or you have a data to present the information. For example, over here we take a look on our first sentence. A study conducted in September by HSBC, a banking and financial service company, found students in the United States are spending more time working paid jobs than studying or going to class. Okay, so this is a statement and information. Then when we talk about data, this is an example over here. For example, the last line. However, 55% of students said that work simply because they need an extra income. So you are providing a data, you are providing a number to support your information. If you have this kind of information, then you are allowed to choose or to use hook number 1 in your current situation. Hook number 2, that is story or narrative. For this one, it will be more relaxed. It's not that intense, but it will be more relaxed because you are kind of much more relaxing in creating your starter. For example, like this one. As the rush of a new semester settles into a routine, it is time to start thinking about getting that part-time job to help pay the bills or fund the road trip we have always wanted to take with our friends. So meaning to say, you will be much more relaxed, but bear in mind, your sentence must be in complete sentences so that you will be able to attract the reader, to attract the marker, to go further in your essay. So, for this kind of technique, hook number 2 in current situation, if you have that view, that bigger picture for your essay, then you can use hook number 2. Remember, if you choose to use hook number 2, it must be simple, it must be packed and precise, and also it must be creative. Then hook number 2 will be your way to start your essay. Hook number 3 will be question, meaning that you start your essay, you start your introduction by asking question to your audience. For example, like this. Why students do part-time job? Will they be able to focus on their studies while working? Or can students balance between studies and working at the same time? So meaning that, ladies and gentlemen, or dear student, If you want to choose question to start your essay, that question must be the reason why your reader thinking. Okay? If that question are unable to make or to keep them thinking, I advise that you may choose another hook. Because if we want to choose hook number 3, I'm meaning to say the question, that question must bring a spark in the reader mind, so that will be one thing or one reason to keep on reading for the next point that you are about to explain. That is one way. And for another way, let's say you don't have that much idea how to create or how to start an effective introduction, you may use this one. But as I said before, your question, create a catchy question and also create a creative question so that it will bring them more in your essay. Okay? Alright, hook number 4 will be about example, meaning that you start your essay by providing an example to your audience, to your marker. For example, like this one: restaurant host, waiter, data entry, newspaper, delivery promoter. These are few examples of part-time job that most popular among students nowadays. Most of them choose this kind of job to support their financial. So meaning to say that if you use example, you give a few example first, then you give a little bit of explanation so that it will be synchronized, so that it will be connected why you are giving out this example. So if you still remember the explanation that I explained earlier, example must lead the reader to the point that you are about to talk about later. So I repeat once again, your example must lead them to your main point. So if you are able to create that kind of example, then you may choose hook number 4 to start your essay. Okay? So I hope that is clear. Hook number 5 will be about contrast. So as I said before, if we talk about the word contrast, meaning to say that you give a light comparison about the topic that you want to talk about. For example, like this one: imagine what will happen to our studies if we focus with studying. So meaning to say that you give a statement, but you caught or you lead your reader to think. Okay, proceed. We will be able to score a good pointer or result throughout our studies. How proud and happy will our parents if they know that we score a flying color result in our examination. So as you can see over here, this is a contrast, this is a comparison, or this is something like a hypothesis about what will happen if you choose A and what will happen if you choose B. So if you are able to create this kind of comparison, a simple comparison, a slight comparison, not that heavy comparison, then you may choose hook number 5 and it will be more interesting, because not a lot of students will choose this one. It's just that you need to practice more so that you are comfortable with the sentences and the selection of the vocabulary on how to use this hook. So that is for hook number 5, that is contrast. Remember the main point over here for hook number 5, do a light comparison only. Your sentence must make your audience, your reader thinking. If I'm doing A, what will happen to me? If I'm doing B, So how it affect my life? So that is how you do a contrast. Alright. For stand over here meaning to say that you are making a decision. It's either you agree or you did not agree with the statement or with the particular topic. So over here I will be giving you the outline of the sentences, how you want to create an effective stand. Let's say you are positive, then how is it? And also let's say if you are negative with the statement, how is it? Okay, so let us take a look. Okay, so this slide is giving you an example how to use the outline that I created. So for the first box over here, this is an example how to create a stand. Let's say you don't know how to do this yet, you may use the outline that I created. For example, you just memorize this one. In my humble opinion, I truly believe that. So you fill in the blank, due to what? What is the reason? And then because, yes, because of what you are saying this. Okay, so I'm giving you the example. Let's say you agree with the statement, students should go with a part-time job. Okay, whatever that is. Okay, this one. The first explanation, if you agree with the statement. Okay, over here we start. In my humble opinion, I truly believe that the blue one, okay, holding a part-time job while studying disrupt a student's studies due to imbalanced effort because they don't know which one is their priority. Okay, so meaning to say that this is a complete sentence. The first one, you look at the blue color. You say that you are truly believe this one. This is our statement, our subject from the question, right? Then you plus it with the yellow color one over here, imbalanced effort. Okay, you go with the statement, then you coming out with 1 point over here, imbalanced effort. Because of what? Why you are saying this one? Because they over here referring to the student, because they don't know which one is their priority. So meaning to say that this is your stand. If you are agree with the statement. Okay, now we proceed with the second example. If you are against the statement or you did not agree with the statement, the negative one over here. Alright, we start. In my humble opinion, I truly believe that holding a part-time job while studying will not, remember, I hope you see the difference. If you agree, you will just straight away copy paste the subject. But bear in mind, if you did not agree with the statement, you will come out with this word, that is, will not disrupt a student's studies due to this part, due to their maturity, because they need to learn on how to make a decision in their own life. Meaning to say that in order to create an effective stand, you have to come out with a complete sentences. Why you are doing this, why you are doing that. Okay? And also the selection of the words also important. So choose your vocab wisely. Now let us proceed with step number 3, that is thesis statement. For thesis statement, the first step that you need to do will be identify the subject of the question, meaning that you have to identify which one is the subject from the question. After that, your second step, you provide first what is your first point, what is your second point, and what is your third point. Then you combine everything together. So over here in this slide, I have provided to you two examples. The first will be the positive part, meaning to say if you are agree with the statement. So here is how it will looks like. Holding a part-time job while studying disrupt a student's studies in terms of, remember the red color, the magic word, in terms of cannot focus on studies, comma, imbalanced time management, and losing interest in studies. So this is how you create a thesis statement if you are agree with the statement. Then if you are against the statement, if you did not agree with the statement, this is how you do it. And remember, once again, don't forget the magic words. Okay, now we proceed. Holding a part-time job while studying will not. Okay, remember, this is the magic word if you did not agree with the statement. That is, will not. Will not disrupt a student's studies in terms of importance of monetary, gaining experience and skills development. Remember, if you did not agree with the statement or with the topic, the magic word will be will not. But if you agree with the statement, okay, so you just go through the subject from the question. Alright, so if you are doing this is what we call it as an effective and complete thesis statement. Let's recap a little bit over here. In order to create an effective paragraph 1, all you need to do is please obey the 3 steps. Step number 1, create an effective current situation or gender statement using 5 hooks. You choose any of that hook. Okay, after that, create a stand, acceptable and effective stand. After that, you must come out with a simple and precise thesis statement. By doing or by enroll these 3 steps, you will be able to create an effective introduction. Okay. You will have an enrichment practice, but no worries, only one practice. This is the question for task 2, that is extended writing. So you may read the question first, or you may read the statement, then identify what is the question 1 and what should you know about the question. Alright, but for this one, no worries, as usual, I will upload the PDF file into our group later, so you may refer to that PDF file. Okay, so if there is any question or if there is any doubt in answering this question and you still did not understand, you may text me personally and I try my best to help you up. Okay, alright, and then one more thing to all of you. Let's say if there is any words that you did not understand, so first of all, you may check using your dictionary at home, or you may Google it in the website. Class, do not use Google Translation, but you may use, okay, find the meaning in Google, but do not translate it directly into Bahasa. Okay. Okay, class, for the task for your tutorial, I did not ask you to create a full essay. Okay, so remember we only focus with our paragraph number 1, that is introduction. Alright, so before that, let us go to the reminder first. Okay, based on the question, kindly produce introduction with 5 different methods. Okay, so 5 different methods in creating current issues just now. Okay, number 1 is factual, story, then question, examples, and contrast. So meaning to say, under the same topic, you need to create it in 5 ways. Okay, so remember, first one will be current issues, then stand and thesis statement. Stand and thesis statement will not be changed, will not be changing, it will be remain the same, just that current situation, that 2 to 3 sentence at the beginning, that one you need to make it accordingly to the method. For example, hook number 1 is about factual, so do a little bit of research, you look for the data and you create that sentence. Okay, then number 2 will be about story, so create that explanation in story or in narrative. Okay, next one is about question based on the statement. Okay, next one is about examples, and number 5 is about contrast. Remember, in contrast, you just need to do it in a light way, just a simple contrast comparison, not a heavy comparison. And class, if you still did not understand of what should you do, you may text me, okay, personally, and I will try my best to explain to you. And then one more thing, class, this essay or this tutorial must be done in Microsoft Word. Okay, no PDF, Microsoft Words only. And also save your file as the one that I show you over here, for example, like Bella 2nd July 2021, and let's say your name is Amin, so you put down your name there, Amin 2nd July 2021, put down your name and put down the date of our class. Okay, so I hope you understand. So if there is any question, do not hesitate to contact me, and I hope all of you are learning something today. And for those that participate, congratulations. And for those that complete the task, good job, you guys did a very good job. But if you just still remain the same by doing nothing, do something, okay, because deep inside you know that you are the best. Okay, so that's all for today, and thank you everyone.